Hello, everyone. I'm Toyin.
I'm Takumba.
We want to welcome you to another episode of the TNT podcast.
Yes, and I am excited because it's actually starting to feel like the holiday season is upon us.
Right.
It's fall, my favorite time of year.
It's actually my favorite as well.
Really? Yeah. I love when it gets a little cooler. Well, it's going to get a whole lot cooler this time.
I like the fall, not so much for
the weather.
Not so much for the weather. I mean, I do love the weather because it's not so
Yeah.
hot, it's not so cold. But I do love it because I love it for the fashion aspect
Oh,
of
me
it.
too.
Boots
Can wear
and jackets and all that stuff.
Oh, boots, my favorite. I just love wearing boots. So yeah, definitely my favorite time of year. I love the fact that I'm one of those people that the moment it's fall, throwing on my Uggs all year round.
Oh, one of those, yeah.
Pick up the kids, you like, oh, here they come. The Uggs people are around again.
I love the whole fall, the whole
Yeah.
full. That's why I feel sorry for those that are not in like this kind of weather. Those in like this all tropical or whatever.
Yeah.
They don't get to
Year
wear the
round.
nice boots and the nice
Miami people,
jackets.
Florida people.
Hey. So yeah. But yeah, we're happy. It's fall.
Yeah.
But
So what did you do all weekend long?
work.
Work,
Mine was
yeah.
quite boring, but I know that you have.
Oh my God, yeah.
You had an event.
I went to a birthday party. Well, I went to a birthday and a birthday dinner, right?
Okay.
But this is something that, and I know you and I, we've kind of talked about this a few times, and somehow it really kind of bothers me when you get an invite,
I know where you're going.
right, to a birthday party, a birthday dinner, and then you get a bill. I don't know
exactly what
why
you're
that
saying.
just really kind of irks me, because I feel like you invite, like once you have to, it's not like a group of friends. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand a group of friends saying, let's just go out. It's somebody's birthday. Then I understand, we're all going to chip in or whatever. But
If
I
you get
feel like,
invited,
yeah,
like,
I
hey, you're
feel
totally
like
invited
if you
to.
make an invitation,
Yeah.
right? And you send, and this is something that we've kind of argued, friends, and so I've talked about it for a long time. So this time I actually decided, I actually want to see what other people's views are on this, right? So I was kind of like checking out some discussions on this, and I saw there a lot of varying views. But I actually find out that even with people sending out invitations, that the expectations is that you still pay the bill, like the people invited.
So-
I thought that most people will feel like the host will pay the bill, or the person who's doing the birthday.
So my opinion on that, my own humble opinion on how I feel about that is, if you send an invitation out for a birthday party or a birthday dinner that you're hosting, if you're inviting me, you should be responsible for the bill.
Exactly.
So it's a different thing if you're hanging out for the evening and you say, hey, I'm going to be in town, let's go hang out. And I know that, okay, this is a collective.
Right.
It's going to be,
Right.
split among everyone. But when you're having a party, a birthday party,
And you make an invitation. Right.
and then you get there.
That's
and
where
then-
it gets me. That's the caveat for me. If you printed out an invitation,
Or sent one
I know
electronically
today
or whatever,
everybody-
yeah.
You
Yeah.
sent out an invitation, you should pick up the
Exactly.
bill.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Now, for me personally, what gets me the most is now you have this thing where we're supposed to split the bill, right?
Right.
At your birthday. I don't drink.
Yeah.
And the liquor is
Oh,
what hikes up the
yeah.
bill. So this comes up,
oh
and then
my
I
goodness.
there with my little
Ginger ale.
ginger ale or fruit punch.
Right. And everybody else is
Yes, this
ordering
is well.
one alcoholic beverage or
Thank
the
you.
other, which is definitely more expensive.
Yep.
And then they go,
Everybody's
we're
gonna
just
pitch in
going to
and
split the
split the
bill down.
bill.
Yeah.
That
And also, not
doesn't rub me
everyone,
right.
not everyone is as respectful. Some people will order definitely very premium stuff, and you can, just stay with a boring old chicken salad or something, and then you're paying for somebody else's steak and lobster and things like that.
or most times for someone like me that has limited options of what I can eat,
Right,
you've chosen, okay, fine. I didn't get to choose a restaurant,
right,
but then I got to pay the bill, right?
right.
But then you've now chosen a restaurant perhaps with limited menu that I don't get a lot of
Right.
choices. And I'm there picking something that I would rather not eat. But I think right now I know I sound like it's all about me, but the fact that
No.
if we were going out and we're responsible for the bill,
Right.
we'll pick a restaurant
That
that is
we
favorable
both-
to everybody.
Right.
All that are
Exactly.
involved in
Exactly.
the event. So to me, I feel like there's a bit of selfishness involved in that.
Absolutely.
So
There's one thing that wait, finish your
no,
thought.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say like more so when you send those invitations out, those invitations sound something like you're cordially invited to the birthday party or dinner of blah blah. Please note
Please note.
that whatever meal you eat or order, you're responsible.
And that's
In addition, whether you drink or not, you would also be covering the bill
so
for
at
the
least it's your
liquor.
choice now, right?
You know
It's
what
your
I'm saying?
choice. You know ahead of time what to expect.
Yeah.
And then you can decide, do I want to
Yeah,
go or do I
so-
not want to go? There's one thing there's one thing that I saw online where some guy wrote this, which I really love what he said
Yeah.
about this. You know, he said, it's my birthday. I always pay. It's my day. And I want to go to my favorite steakhouse. So it's expensive. I don't expect my friends to pay for it, even though most of the time they try to pay for it, but I always refuse. Other friends' birthday, sometimes they pay, sometimes we pay. It just depends, but there's no set etiquette. I feel like there should be a set
should be a
etiquette.
set
I feel like
etiquette
if
for
you
that.
make that, and like you said, it's if you send out an invitation, but at least tell people. Tell
Yeah.
people that they're going to have to pay. Tell
Exactly.
people what to expect so that if I know that I'm going to have to pay, then I'm going to be there ordering the same thing like everybody else. But sometimes when I go out to eat with other people and I know someone else is picking up the check, I want to be respectful and not order the
For
most
birthday.
expensive thing off the menu because it may not be something that I may order something that is not normally what I would eat, but also because I'm trying to be respectful of the person picking up the bill, right? But not other people do that.
Yeah, and another time, I think people would more so say, "Oh, it's blah blah blah's birthday. We're taking them out to eat."
Right. And then
they do
I
that a lot.
expect that I will pay. Right.
Yeah,
that we're
but if
all
you're the
chipping
host,
in.
if it's your
Correct.
birthday and you're having a birthday party
Correct.
or dinner or whatever it is, you call it at a restaurant, and you're sending invites out, make sure you also have in mind to pay the bill.
So yeah, so that's what got me this week. I was just like, you know, you made up this, this invitation was very fancy and everything. And I just did not expect the bill at the end.
With a fancy invitation
I
too.
did not expect the bill.
No way.
So I'm just like, are we still doing this? Like,
Yeah,
there's
so-
no sending out invitation.
No.
Like, if you want to eat at an expensive restaurant, go there with one person and go decide to, but don't invite a whole bunch of people and then give us a tab afterwards.
I don't know. So for me, I agree with that
Yeah.
reference that you just made from the internet or whoever it is.
I
wherever you got
know.
it from.
I
think
really
so.
like that. Yeah. Because they said,
so-
like, I'm choosing the restaurant. No one else had a choice in that. I decided what restaurant. Like you said, you have food sensitivity to a lot of things. Nobody asked you. They just chose the restaurant.
And I know people will probably disagree with this that we're saying.
No,
our opinion.
they
So-
do. Because on the internet, 75% of the people
Didn't agree with that.
did not agree with it. 75% of the people felt it is just common knowledge that even if you get an invitation and it's at a restaurant, that everybody is expected to just pay for themselves. That was the common
I don't know.
recurring
Like I
message.
said, I don't agree with
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah.
it's just the same way. Okay, so look at it. If you get invited to a wedding and they ask you to pay a bill for the wedding,
Right.
isn't that the same thing?
Right.
It's your wedding,
Right.
I mean, I'm gonna obviously buy gift and support, but doesn't it feel odd
Right. Because
going to a wedding that you were invited to,
Right.
and then now you're expected to pay the bill at the wedding?
right. Yeah.
So I mean, just put a little thought into that.
yeah.
So so I don't know, but for that,
Yeah. So
I say
you know,
please.
But at least now I know not to. I'm not going to get so worked up about it anymore just because I see that it was probably a few of us that feel that way. It looks like more people are just resigned to the fact that
Hey,
you should just know.
No.
So now I think at this point, I just know that I should just be prepared anytime I get an
Yeah,
invitation
I don't-
and it's at a restaurant.
I don't think I get to go to a lot of those anyway.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's happened a few times and stuff, but not like all the time. So I just
Yeah.
know how to
Yeah.
extract myself from such things. So.
Yeah, most of the time, most of the hosts that I've been in such parties, they've paid. They've picked up the tab. So it was just a shock to me this time. I was just like, oh, we're doing that.
So another thing, I guess we can go further with this is
Yeah.
what about those, not necessarily birthday now, it's just
Right.
also dating. Like now, the dating world is like,
Oh.
I feel like,
Like who picks up the tab when
Yeah.
between the guy and the girl?
yeah.
The guy.
I mean, yes, the guy. And I know. Okay, so we can take this. We
Yeah.
can stretch this out.
Yeah.
And I know I see all kinds of things online. I see all kinds of stuff with guys. There's so many funny things on IG with guys talking about, well, my baby wants hair, wants this, wants that, wants this, wants that. And I'm like, poor guys.
Wants hair though? Oh my God.
Like all these
are people really
things.
doing that? Well, I don't think any girl should be asking a guy for all of that kind of stuff if you're not
what?
if you're not really calling each other boyfriend and girlfriend. I think, are you talking about the dating phase?
Dating.
Of
Dating.
We're still trying to see if we're going to be, because what are we talking about? Dating as in boyfriend, girlfriend, or dating as in we're going out to see if we like each other to be boyfriend and girlfriend? Because they're two different things.
Okay, so let's take one. Let's take we're dating to get to know each other.
Okay.
Right?
We've not yet put any labels on it.
No labels.
We're not yet
dating.
boyfriend. Okay. All right.
Okay. And I don't know how many dates it takes to realize that.
Well, I mean, until most of the time somebody brings, maybe the guy says, hey, you're my girlfriend. Because
I don't know how it works these days. It's been, I don't know.
Even during our time, there's been situations where you've been, you're going out with someone and you think, because we've been going out for how many days, you assume that I'm your girlfriend. But at some point, if somebody doesn't really define it, which the somebody most of the time is the guy, doesn't define that, hey, we are in an exclusive relationship, you can't just assume. Yeah. And today's world, they will throw it in your face really quick. Well, they threw it in our faces in those days too. Like, I don't know. I'll say you're my girlfriend.
No assumptions, but I'm looking at it more like a more mature level now.
Right.
Fine. They're both single. Mm-hmm. And they're dating. They're getting to know each other. They're going out on dates. They're going out to dinner. They're going out to concerts. Yeah. Whatever entertainment you do while dating or whatever. Games, name it.
Yeah.
And I guess where I'm going with this is, okay, so we're dating and now we've gone out several times.
Right.
The guy continues to pay all the expenses for this. At what point do you, as the female, say, hey, he's paid for 10.
Oh, I see where you're going with this.
He's paid for like 10 trips. I mean, not trips, sorry.
Every time we've gone out, he's paid. Should I pick up the tab
exactly.
this time?
That's my question here. For dating.
Well, so I would say let him keep paying. I ain't his girlfriend yet.
I knew that's what you were going to say. She said let him keep paying.
To me, he's still trying to date me. He's still courting. He hasn't asked the question yet. So I'm not going to pick up any tab. I want him to continue. Let him keep paying. Zero.
So for me,
plus he's the one asking, right? Mm-hmm. If he's the one asking and saying, let's go out, or I want to take you here, I want to take you there, then he needs to keep paying the tab.
So I would disagree on that one. I mean, my humble opinion.
Yeah.
I would think that after going out maybe 10 times, and that 10 times might take almost 10 months.
Yeah.
Because it's not like you're going to go out every day.
First of all, if the 10 times I'm going out with you is taking 10 months and you haven't asked me to be your girlfriend, we need to stop going out. You can't be going out for 10 months. Listen.
Okay, I feel like the line here is a bit shaky because I don't know what that 10 times might take. It varies on how often you guys are going out.
Right, but I'm saying
I think by that 10th time, y'all definitely like each other.
Obviously, but I'm saying guys out in the streets are funny. But and it's even worse now. It happened when we were in the dating world. If they don't define the relationship is not defined. You can't claim someone as your boyfriend who hasn't claimed you or asked you to be his girlfriend. Okay, you're just going out with him. You're just a date partner.
Maybe not that hard to talk about.
It's true.
Okay, no. So okay. How about this? You've been going out for so long.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to make it sound as though you've been going out for 2 years.
No, but I hear what you're saying. You've gone out a couple of times. Let's say you've gone out at least more than 4 times.
Okay,
right?
So at what point? I feel, okay, you've already stated how you feel about it.
Yeah.
I feel as though, maybe one time I'll just be like, okay, I'm taking you out to the movies today.
I ain't telling you nothing until you define the relationship. You can be nice.
But guess what? For me as a guy, that might be some of the things that I'm looking at to define
this. He'll be just fine. Until he puts a definition on the relationship, I am not paying for nothing.
Okay, so birthday comes in. You're not going to take him out?
I'm not your girlfriend. Why am I taking you out for your birthday? If you want
your friend that you're dating,
No.
It's having a birthday.
Because then tomorrow, then I'll just be going to dinner with some of my girlfriends, and I'll see him sitting at a table with another girl talking about, oh, but we're not defined yet.
No. But I mean, I feel like you would know.
Yes,
As you get to date
obviously,
this person.
but what are you talking about?
Just one.
This is the truth. A lot of women out there do say what you're saying right now. They say, oh, they're doing everything like they are the girlfriend. And these guys be slick. They will not define it and tell you that you're their girlfriend. You can go out with them all you want, but I'm just saying that, to your point, until we are defined.
You're not getting
You're
anything.
still courting and you're still dating me. Until you define it, I'm not doing any girlfriend level things for you.
One dinner. I mean,
If I didn't ask
take
you to the
movies.
dinner, why am I taking you to the movies? If you're the one calling me to say, let me take you to the movies because you're still trying to date me and I'm not your girlfriend.
So let's take this back. So 6 months into this going out, and you guys feel like, oh yeah, this is a really cool person. Definitely can see myself dating and being his girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
6 months down the line, birthday's coming. His birthday's coming. Just because they haven't said, are you going to be my girlfriend? There will be no
Especially
gift
because
sense for birthday.
especially because he hasn't said, are you 6 months?
But wait, so come
we're
on.
in there for 6 months and you haven't even asked me to be your girlfriend, and then you want me to be doing birthday level things.
It's just a simple thing as a birthday card, and maybe let's go to the movies.
If you're 6 months in a relationship with a guy going out for 6 months that hasn't asked you to be his girlfriend, you need to be finding your way out the door, not buying him presents for his birthday.
So
That's
come on.
how I feel about
That's
it.
a bit too much. I
No,
don't know.
no, it's
I'm
not.
a little,
It's
for
not.
me,
It's not.
I feel like,
Toyin, because the guys will swindle the. What are you talking about? Have we not all been there in a relationship where this guy, you would do all girlfriend level stuff, go to their house, cook, do whatever?
no cooking, no.
No, I'm just saying. But that's all part of it, right? You're just saying he's a nice guy. We feel each other, we whatever. But that same guy will turn around the day you now see some other random girl come into the picture, and you're like, "What's happening? I thought we were." And you'll be like, "Did I ever tell you that you're
Even
my
the ones that are
girlfriend?"
defined, Seth.
But fine, that's a whole different level. That's a whole, you're just plain old cheating. But this one, right? I'm just saying, until the guy has given you some kind of label, I wouldn't. That's just me. I just feel, especially if you're 6 months, I still understand if you're like, okay, 5 dates, but 6 months into it, you think I'll be buying birthday present when you haven't even defined the relationship?
But I, as a guy, and I'm not a guy, so I probably don't
But
think
I'm just
like
saying
a guy.
that most guys who, if you're 6 months down the
Yeah.
road and have not told a girl, and let's be girlfriend, they're playing a game. They're playing games.
You think so, 6 months?
What are we doing for 6 months that we keep going out and going out and going out and still not defined as your girlfriend? 6 months is a long time.
I don't know. It's
Some
been a
people
while.
meet and get engaged and get married within 6 months.
Yeah, but then just right about that 6 months, I mean, birthday comes up. I think that I personally would buy, because guess what? If I was to flip it and I was the guy and I'm dating you for 6 months, obviously I'm checking your character.
For 6 months.
Because guess what? You guys might not, that 6 months might have been just 6 days. Do you know? Because life happens in between.
Life happens. But I'm
Because
just
work.
saying,
So guess
who
what?
has 6 months to keep going on dates with someone who's not going to define the relationship?
What if you don't even get to see the person for once every 2 weeks? What if they travel for work? I'm just giving different scenarios. There's different things that can happen.
Guys,
what if
listen, I want to hear
What
from...
if you're not in the same state? You can't see each other every day.
6 months is still a long time. That's half a year.
Yeah,
And
I
someone cannot define... We can't just... So why are you wasting my life for 6 months where you can't even put a label on it in 6 months?
No, I think 6 months is not too bad. Look, it's rolling her eyes.
I'm really confused. I think unless you're telling me that she's already his girlfriend, for me to say that we're going out continually for 6 months without a label, to me is excessive. To me, that's excessive.
I don't think so. I feel like I need to get to know you. And
But
each time we
what are
get
you
to
doing
go-
when you're boyfriend and girlfriend then?
Same thing.
Exactly. So you have to at least put a label on it first.
I feel like you're saying, oh, we're diving into this boyfriend girlfriend right away.
No.
I saw your picture. I met you. This. We got out once.
Absolutely no. But I'm saying if you've gone, no, absolutely not. You
Okay.
need time to get to know someone. And
Yes.
there's some people who will tell you that they met the person they knew right away. And there's also nothing wrong with that, because that can also be very successful. There's been a lot of
I mean,
people.
different things,
Yeah.
different-
There are
yeah.
a lot of people that maybe meet and they click right away and they decide that right away they know, which is fine if both parties know. But then there are also people who, like, you meet someone, you're asking a girl out, asking a girl out, asking her. I'm just saying, you can't expect to be asking a girl out continually for 6 months without first, at some point, before 6 months is a long time to be asking a girl out without defining the relationship. And I know most girls, I feel, by then would be, okay, what are we doing? What are we? Are we just going to be going to dates and eating dinner and going to concert? What is that? What are we doing? To me, I don't feel like, because I can buy my own dinner, I can do all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So what are we trying to
But
get
it's-
to? I feel like if you meet someone,
Yeah.
you want to you're getting to know each other, but that's also what you do when you're now boyfriend and girlfriend, right? You're still
it
courting.
continues, but then you extend it to
But you
meeting
can't
family
go
members.
half a year with someone and keep going to concerts and dinners every other time, and you've not really specified what you are. I think it's a long time not to know that.
I also think that it varies on different circumstances or different situations for people.
Probably,
because
but I still
if-
think that, yeah.
if you're dating, well, not dating, but if you're getting to know someone who is not within the same state as you, you're not going to get that opportunity like someone else. Your 6 months for someone else might be 2 months,
But you-
because of the interaction and all the different activities that you get
Yes.
to do together. So it varies, really.
But
if you get my
you're
point.
talking about when you see the person, because if you're talking to someone who is not in the same state with you, you probably are spending a lot of time on the phone also, getting to know one another and talking to one another. So just because you don't get to see each other doesn't mean you're still not continuing the relationship, talking and texting.
Yeah.
And I still think, to me, 6 months is an excessive amount of time to be talking and having a conversation with someone who has not defined the relationship, because a lot of girls fall into that. And you fall into that thing where everything to you is like you're emotionally connected to the person, like you're the person's girlfriend. And at the end of the day, that person is going to turn around and tell you, I never told you were my girlfriend. We're just talking. A year into it, we're just talking.
But it gets to a point where you're going to have that discussion.
But that's what I'm saying. So
But that
if the person
discussion-
hasn't had it with you in
yeah,
6
say within
months,
6 months.
they're not trying to have it. I'm just telling you.
Not necessarily.
Oh, man, girl, please.
Not necessarily.
Guys be playing games
But like you
out
just
in the
mentioned.
streets. They
So
are.
you gotta give them a
I'm
chance.
telling you.
Give them a chance.
I'll give them a chance before the 6 months. Listen, and I'm also talking, this is something that did happen to me before in the past. You know, like you can be talking to someone and talking like a long time ago in the dating world,
Yeah.
where you can be having this conversation and you say, oh, we're getting to know each other. But if nobody puts a label on it, then nobody has put a label on it.
I obviously the discussion will come up at some point, but I feel like 6 months is not too
But
bad.
a lot of women
because-
will not want to be the one to bring up that conversation.
They do these days.
Maybe in today's
today's world.
But in the past, you don't want to be you want to be sought after, right? You want, if you're going, and especially if the guy keeps asking you out, you want to feel like the guy is the one asking you out, and you don't want to be like, obviously you want him to ask the question.
Yeah, but then again, like what I wanted to say about the other comments that you made about that I said about it could be long distance or whatever.
Yeah.
So with the whole long distance thing, you talking on the phone or FaceTiming or whatever, it's not as. I mean, obviously it's great and all, but I feel like you get more substance going out, acting together, seeing how people react to different things. You know, get to know their character more and stuff like that. But I don't personally feel like 6 months is a long time because it's different circumstances for different people.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
feel like that's.
Well, so I think we're going to which is fine. We're not going to both agree on
obviously,
this.
yeah.
I just
That's
definitely
okay.
think that 6 months is more than enough to be able to define a relationship, to be able to define what you're doing. I'm not saying that you're getting married,
Yeah.
but at least to say, do we want to be in a committed relationship? I think 6 months is more than enough. So guys, I want to throw this out. If you're watching on YouTube, please respond, comment below, or you can send us an email to tntpod23@gmail.com.
Yep.
We want to hear your opinion. Like, what do you think? Is 6 months more than enough to define a relationship, to say at this point you should know if you're a boyfriend or girlfriend, or do you think that, to Tony's point, 6 months is still more than adequate
I
for
think,
you to
yeah.
still be
Is it
deciding?
adequate?
Yeah.
Is there anything wrong with that?
Yeah,
You can go ahead and comment and let us know what you
Yeah,
think about
please. I want to hear 6 months, more than enough to define it or not. Okay.
that. I guess at some point
Because
we
I
also
really
want to
want to
talk
hear, because I definitely think it's more than enough.
What about the
but-
whole dowry thing as well?
like dowry, like when you're married?
Yeah, do they still pay
Do
those
they
things?
still do dowries
That's what I was like.
today?
Is that a question? Is that still a thing?
I actually think in a way they still, well, I know that in the culture of the engagement where you're doing yams and things like that.
Please
but
don't
there's
give me yam.
actually a monetary, the dowry, right? The monetary
That's
thing.
monetary, yeah. But they, I mean, obviously with the engagement, this is
You
Nigerian
know,
and
I
Yoruba
don't know.
culture.
Do they still do? I think they probably still do. I think they still do it. I think they still.
How much
people
are they
still
asking for?
Girl, do you who told? Do they tell her? I don't think even because even
How
the,
much
even
is
the
the-
things that they bring during the engagement, like, you know, they always have that list. Because I remember during my brother's wedding, there's a whole list
I know
of
it
stuff that
involves
the husband's family has to take
food.
over. But the thing is, I think the culture is like the family is actually who gets, they split all of those things. It's not really going to the bride. I think the bride gets the suitcase of clothes.
Well, who gets the money? Oh, the family. Who gets the money?
I think I believe the family gets the money. I don't think
As in
anybody
the
giving
bride's money. How much?
the dowry.
Yeah,
I want to say the family gets it. I think everything in the culture is the family
goes to
that
the family.
gets it.
So
And I'm
nothing
saying
goes to the bride.
nothing goes to nothing goes to the
So how do you determine how much your daughter's worth?
I actually don't think it's it's the bride's parents that really determine that money. I think it's more the elders in the family.
I see.
I feel that that's how it works, that the elders determine how much the dowry is. But I also feel like in today's world, a lot of families don't do dowries anymore. I think they just choose not to do dowries anymore.
So
I think they do the engagement, the yams, bring 24 yams or this or that, palm oil, all of that stuff. But I don't know that they do dowry.
I'm really
anymore.
curious as to know why that started. What is it? What's the significance for that?
You know, I actually really enjoy a lot of our culture. I think it just shows significance of, I mean, not that you can put money or label, but for instance, like if you look at the whole Yoruba culture and the engagement and all of the things that they put the
actually
guy
fun, though.
through, it's fun. And I also actually love it. I love the fact, which also annoys me very much, that Sheko didn't get to go through all of that because, you know, we did the engagement in absentia.
Oh,
Like he wasn't there. His poor brother suffered for him, stood in for him, and did all the work. So he didn't even get to do all that. But the thing is, I enjoy to see all the stuff that they put the guy through.
know.
Oh, you know, you're gonna take care of our daughter. You're gonna do whatever. You're gonna like, you know. So you go through all. It's just it's such a beautiful thing to watch to
It
see.
is.
Okay, all of this stuff that you're doing to
the
gain
friends
the
come in
woman.
and then
Right,
they frustrate,
right.
and then the whole it's actually fun.
You
We
know?
should actually have a segment on that.
Yeah.
sometime and talk about how the whole event, the series of
I
events
love
that
the
occurs.
whole engagement culture because then again, when you do all of that, you don't get to take that girl home and treat her anyhow. Like you've gone through all of this stuff. That's the whole point,
The whole
right? I
purpose of
think,
it.
yeah.
Okay.
I think the culture, I think that's the whole point. Is like
Maybe
when we
they-
put you through all this, and you know they be putting them through a whole lot with
I
the
know,
friends
right?
standing out there in the hot sun.
Gone for a long time, but it's a beautiful culture. Actually,
It is a beautiful culture. I actually really love it.
Well, so
So what about once you're married and you're in the house? So do you think the husband should pay for all the, because should the husband pay all the bills if you're both working? There's
they're coming for me for this one.
you,
The women are coming. I don't think so. I think
Yeah.
that everyone should should do something.
Yeah.
Like you can't just.
not doing
Not
if you're
doing
both
anything,
working.
yeah.
And I completely actually agree
Yeah.
with you. I think that most people will say, well, you know, if you can afford it, I actually think that even if he is in a financial position to be able to pay all the bills, that you should both be contributing to your home.
To your home.
I think that it should be, depending on who even makes more, there should just be a percentage of you should both have an account that should be for your home, right? And there should be a percentage of both your income that goes into
That
that
goes in the
account.
account.
And then you both can still have your separate money to do whatever you like. Obviously,
We need that separate money.
Yes. Because
Your
you don't
money?
want nobody be clocking you every time you go out, being like,
No, that one is what fagile.
exactly. So you want to still have your, but I think definitely
Don't
think
mess
that
with my money.
yeah, we should still have everybody contribute to the house. Even though there's some school of thought that, oh well, if the guy can afford it, he should pay for everything. Or some people will say the guy pays all the bills, the woman pays for the meal and things like that. You know what? I guess whatever works in your
But
home.
I still feel like majority of people are going to say no. The man should pay for everything.
The man should pay for
I feel
everything.
like there are people who would say that.
I just think that if the woman works, everyone should contribute to the home, to the home. I just think,
Yep.
even if he makes a lot more than you, if it's just a little percentage, but you should still feel like you're contributing to your
something.
home.
Yeah,
So
I
then
agree with you.
there's never a time when anybody's gonna throw it into your face like, oh, it's my house, or I pay the bills, or whatever. Like we
I know,
all
right?
pay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we all
It's a
pay.
collective.
Exactly. We all pay the bills.
Yeah, well,
So yeah. Oh my God, I think we spent so much time just
know.
going back and forth on this whole on this whole
Dating
6-month thing,
expense
which is
drama,
so
but-
interesting. I am really curious to hear what people
I know.
really have to say about
Send
that.
your comments in and
so
tell me.
please send your comments in.
let's know what your
And it's
thoughts
just
are.
it's really interesting though.
Yeah.
So because I'm now wondering, is you're thinking, okay, 6 months? Yeah, 6 months is a really long time, girl. Come
really
on.
think so?
Yeah, girl.
We could be here all day.
Talking about that. Yeah, okay, I'm
but
gonna hear. We're gonna
definitely-
hear when we get people's comments, we're gonna see who's gonna win this one. If Tony is gonna win it, saying 6 months is not enough to determine if you're a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and I'm saying 6 months is more than enough, and the guy is playing. It's
We'll
playing
see.
with you. It's playing with you.
Not necessarily.
Don't buy him no birthday present. If 6 months he hasn't given you any
You said
kind of
no birthday
definition,
present.
no birthday present for him. Birthday
No.
present is a book on making decisions for dummies.
You gotta be kidding me. I haven't read that dummy book in a while.
Be decisive.
Okay,
Know what
well-
you want. Oh God!
Well,
God,
thank you for
guys.
listening.
We'll see you next time.
Have a great week. Bye.